Now might be the best time to buy real estate that you're going to see in the next decade. Stay tuned, we'll talk about it. Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex Clark, the Clark Group, Keller Williams Realty, Portland Premier. Super excited to be talking to you for a brief time today about the current market trends that we're seeing and where the opportunity is. Currently, as you're probably experiencing and seen by for sale signs in your own neighborhood, things are taking a little bit longer to sell. The market slowed down, and this is primarily caused by the rapid increase in interest rates of 2022. We saw mortgage rates go from an all-time low around, let's say, 3% to a high of late last year, maybe in the fall, to around 7%. They've come back down a little bit and are right around 6.5% currently for a 30-year fixed. That presents an unbelievable opportunity for the buyers in today's market and presents a little bit of a headache for the sellers in today's market. But we're going to talk about the opportunity today, which is on the buy side. So if you're have been considering purchasing a home or investing in real estate, now might be the absolute best time that you're going to be presented with as far as an acquisition goes for the next decade. And the reason that we believe that are really statistically based. So knowing that right now we have pretty low inventory, although it's the highest that it's been in several years. Right now we're about 2.4 months worth of inventory. And that just means that if we stopped allowing any houses to come on the market today, it would take roughly 2.4 months to sell everything that was for sale in the Portland metro area. Now that's a very short amount of time, much higher than it has been over the last year or two. We've seen less than a month of inventory. Now those are historical outliers. That's not typical. For a buyer's market to really be in place, we would need to see somewhere between, let's say, 5 and 8 months of inventory, or higher, obviously. And we're nowhere close to that. So why is it such a great buying opportunity now? Well, the reason it's such a great buying opportunity today is that sellers are really anxious. They're seeing homes sit on the market a long time. Some homes aren't selling, taking 6 months, and then they come off the market and they never sell. We're seeing price reductions and adjustments. We're seeing new home construction builders offering incentives, closing cost credits, if they work with their preferred lender or what have you. So there's a lot of negativity out there in the marketplace currently. In buyers, if you have the right strategy put together, you can take advantage of that. A lot of times we hear from a buyer today is they're going to wait till rates come back down before they buy. Now it's interesting because the person who tells us that also told us a year or two ago that they were going to wait for prices to come down before they buy, or the market to slow down before they buy. Well, the market slowed down and prices have come down just a little bit. Not necessarily year over year, but over the last couple months they sure have. And all the excuses are kind of out there, and they're out the door, and there's no more excuses. Now, the buyers who are saying, yeah, we're going to wait for interest rates to come down. Well, guess what happens, you guys, when interest rates go back down? If interest rates went from 6.5 to 3.5 tomorrow, what do you think would happen? I know what would happen. We would see the floodgates open and buyers would be coming out and buying everything that was available. And because we don't have that much inventory, 2.4 months worth roughly, we would be back into almost immediately a multiple offer situation, bidding wars, prices going through the roof as a result. So now is not the time to wait. If you're thinking about buying a home or investing in real estate, now's the time to buy. You can get a discount. And when the rates do come back down in a year or 2 or 5, whoever knows how long they'll be up here this high. But when they do come back down, guess what you can do? You can refinance, get a lower rate. So I put together a pretty simple comparison that I would like to show you, showing the difference between buying a home maybe a year ago and buying a home today. As you will see, the comparison is pretty simple. We have a list price, let's say in the markets for 2020 and 2021 of $500,000. Now last year, when a $500,000 home came on the market, if it was in good condition and a nice area, that would probably get bid up with multiple offers. And I'm just going to assume that it got bid up 10%, so $50,000. That means the purchase price is $550,000. Assuming a buyer put 10% down, or $55,000, they'd have a loan amount of $495,000. I assumed that they got a higher interest rate than what they would have probably gotten, but 3.5%. And then I assumed a $5,000 taxes for that home and $750 annual insurance. That made the total payment based on that purchase price and that interest rate and those assumed taxes and insurance, $2,702 a month. Now, when you compare that to what potentially would happen in today's market, that same house in that same neighborhood, that same location, may go on the market for $500,000 and it may sit there for a couple months. And then the sellers drop the price to $475,000. And then maybe you pick it up for $450,000. Now, with $10,000, with 10% down on a $450,000 purchase, that's $45,000. So your loan amount is $405,000. Assuming today's interest rate of about 6%, same annual taxes, same annual insurance, your payment, monthly payment, would be $2,907, which turns out to be only $6.85 more a day, or $205 more a month. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the $205 a month more today is quite sustainable if someone really is looking to get into home ownership or take advantage and potentially move up or move down and take advantage of the market today. Now, if you're a cash buyer, you're going to get a bigger discount. If you're able to do some funky things, maybe give some possession after closing, you're going to get a bigger discount. And so there's a real opportunity for buyers out there today to take advantage of the anxiety that sellers have and the fear that the media is putting into us that the real estate market is about to collapse. Guys, we don't have enough inventory as far as a nation goes. We don't have enough inventory as far as our Portland metropolitan area goes. And so there's no collapse coming. The number of defaults on mortgages is at historic lows. The people who've bought the homes and purchased homes and moved into homes over the last 5-7 years, really since the last recession, are extremely well qualified. They have more equity than they've ever had before. They have unbelievably low historic interest rates. They were well qualified for those loans. They didn't take out their max debt to income ratio. They were really well qualified. So there's no wave of foreclosures coming. What we have is people who've bought homes and they feel stuck. And if you feel like that, I want to urge you to call me, because there's a strategy and a solution that we can put in place to help you get to the next home and take advantage of the opportunities that today's market presents. The last thing I'm going to show you is inventory levels. I think this is super important to help kind of finish off the story. So as you see from this graph, inventory levels are the highest they've been in the last 2+ years. And they're going to continue to creep up, but they're not going to go much farther up. The reason that we know they're not going to go much farther up is because people feel stuck. And there is this kind of paralysis by analysis, if you will, where sellers are saying to themselves, gosh, we have this home with an unbelievable interest rate and we don't want to lose that interest rate and move up or move down because the payment's nice and comfortable. I have this low rate. Well, when the Fed does their job and crushes the economy to kill inflation, they're going to have to stimulate the economy to get the economy back on track, and that's when rates are going to come down. Now, I don't know if that's going to be in 6 months or a year or 5 years, but it's going to happen. It always does. So now's the opportunity to go out and take advantage of the market and buy a piece of real estate, whether that be land or an investment property or your first home or your next home. Refinancing that mortgage when the rates come down, and you're set. Take advantage. Wealthy people think about how much it costs, and people with short-term goals are thinking about how much does it cost per month. Don't do the latter. You're going to make payments for 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, whatever have you on your mortgage. Let's think about the bigger goal and make sure you're getting a good deal. Hope this has been educational. Feel free to call, email, text if you have any questions. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your referrals. Last year was an awesome year for us as far as helping your guys' referrals, and we really do appreciate it. We look forward to continuing that in 2023. Happy New Year, you guys. Make it great.